Good evening, everybody. This is your host, Ricky, with you tonight. Chronicles of a Mysterious Universe. We got some guests with us tonight here. I hope to bring them on here in just a moment. Let's see here. Alright, welcome to the show, guys. Can you hear me just good there?
Yeah, we got good sound.
There we go. I got some sound.
All right.
Alright, we're just waiting for my buddy Josh to get ready there. He should be here just a moment. If you want, go ahead and give yourself some introductions.
Hey, I'm Brent, Superior Paranormal here in Arkansas.
Alright, nice to have you here, Brent.
Hello.
Josh. We're just doing some introductions here. As Brent just introduced himself here. Now we got the other guys here for to tell us who they are.
My bad.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm David.
Hi, David. And who we got with you there? Chad. All right. And as you know, I'm Ricky, and this is Josh right here with us as well. Tonight we're going to be talking about paranormal stuff. This
All
is
right.
on in. And let me get this going here. Perfect. This is a pretty laid back show. We're not scripted or anything. We're just talking pretty much out the ass, just telling stories, experiences. And so you guys are part of Superior Paranormal. Go ahead and let us know about that.
You got your headphones?
I got mine, yeah.
Hold on a second.
No worries. Bear with us, guys.
No worries, man.
It does work better with headphones in a situation.
You say superior or spurrier?
Superior, I believe.
All right.
Yeah, it's superior.
Perfect. Make sure I didn't put any typos or anything in there. Alright, so we are live, so just bear with us while we get all going here. Once you guys are ready, just let me know.
Where y'all from?
I'm from Conway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm in Georgia currently. My buddy Josh here is in Washington State, so we're pretty all spread out.
Yeah,
Heck
we're
yeah.
all pretty much from Arkansas.
Arkansas, that's right.
I have a cousin who lives in Arkansas.
Small world.
Better.
He's a good man, a good woman, whichever one. Good cousin.
Maybe both. Who knows?
In this
Just
world,
kidding. All
who
right,
knows?
all right.
Nah.
Just kidding.
It's all good. Alright, so we'll kick things off here. Guess you guys are ready now. Can you hear us loud and clear?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
All right.
Good deal. Alright, so as you know, tonight is paranormal talk. We're going to be talking about ghost hunts, investigations, etc. And let us know what got you started on this.
Go ahead, Brent.
All right. Well, so I got started back when Ghost Taps started. I got really into them, and I was in Hot Springs. He's like, "Hey, let me go see if there's anything down there to investigate." And I searched the interwebs and found the Poets Loft, and they got me in touch with my friends at Natural State Supernatural. That was my first group I joined up with, and very first investigation was MacArthur Military Museum, and I don't have the picture on me. I wish I did, but that's where I caught my first piece of evidence. There was you go upstairs on the right. There's a room, and there's a guy about 6 foot tall standing there in military uniform.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That'd be a very good picture. If we can find it, let us know. We can put it on later or something. But that's a good
I
catch.
will. I'll find it. Yeah.
So prior to that, did you was this like confirmation for you, or did you already believe in that? Believe that ghosts are real. Some people are looking for proof. You know what I mean? Like,
I've always kind of believed in it. Like after my mama died in 2001, my cat had disappeared, and I was stressed out. It was time to go to bed. I felt somebody sit on my bed, and could have sworn I heard my mama say, "It's going to be okay." Well, 15 minutes later, my cat showed up. So
No.
I love it.
that was like, and that just kind of threw me into it. And then those ghost hunter shows started coming out, and just I had no looking back since.
Right, it's fun, man.
There's no looking back once you experience anything paranormal for sure.
Right, a lot of people go on these quests to try to find proof, and it's amazing to see it.
For sure. All right. How about your other guys down there? What you got for us? What got you started?
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way as Brent. I've always kind of been into ghosts and horror stories and movies and all that kind of stuff. But when Cabs came out, that's really kind of what got me interested in it.
Yeah.
I actually had some experiences before I even met these guys, and had caught some stuff in my apartment on camera pictures. Actually, was dating a girl at the time, and my oldest son in my apartment. We were had a dog, and we were in the bedroom, and heard scratching on the carpet. And my son turned around like, "What was that?" And I thought it was the dog. And I called for the dog, and the dog was actually underneath my bed and came out. So we don't know what it was. But actually, my first one was.
Yes, I might have lost some audio.
I see you talking, but there's
Yeah,
nothing
there's
coming
no-
out, sir.
There's no sound there, Mr. David.
All right. Well, I think
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you
I
now.
got you.
Oh, okay.
It was actually okay.
It was over. So do I need to retell my whole little story?
Oh no, you're just talking about like the dog came out from underneath the bed. I think
Right.
And
that's
that's when
what
it, that's when it cut out. Then,
Yeah. So for what I was, my first spot was Oak Grove Cemetery with these guys doing the actual ghost hunt, and it's definitely watching it on TV and actually doing it are two different things. But I'm hooked on it, so it's fun.
Yep. That's where we got our first red orb shooting into the ground.
hmm So the feedback you're hearing is basically, as we're talking, the sounds coming through your speakers. We're picking it up twice. So that's the
Yeah.
feedback you're hearing. But it happens. We push through it though. But anyways,
It's all good, man.
for those who didn't know, my first experience with the paranormal was when I was a kid. I saw what people refer to now as the Hat Man, which is a shadow person. Terrifying experience. It was a full-size guy, but it's completely dark though. You couldn't see any features, just a shape. And he was wearing a round brim hat. And you can see all kind of documentaries now talking about this thing that apparently has been seen by people all over the world. And that's what got me into it.
Yes, sir. Oh. Feedback for days. All right. It was mine was from when I was a kid. I've always been able to see things like other people couldn't see. Like in the middle of the night, it would always happen. I'd wake up and wouldn't be able to tell if it was a dream or reality. Like I would have entities staring over my bed, like the sleep paralysis demon, like that exact picture. Like there's so many different examples I can give. Like seeing flames when I wake up, that doesn't even make any sense. Like my parents would tell me all these stories. It seemed like we had ghosts following us from house to house. I don't know. It's interesting. Like there was they said my sister's crib floated out of the closet in this place down in Northern California.
oh wow.
That's some crazy stuff, man.
Yeah, sounds like maybe a combination of poltergeist activity and who knows what else. But
The irony for me is I'm actually completely. I'm like a little kid. I go running, man. I'm scared. So that's why I like to do it. Is because it's putting myself into places I don't want to be in. You know what I mean?
Well, that's Brent. He's our little kid.
Well,
I'd be running scared.
doing the group and by yourselves, two different situations too. If I'm by myself, I don't know what go out anywhere near as brave as I am in groups. But still, that just experience something paranormal, you'll never forget it.
So I've got a couple things I'd like to share with y'all if you're ready.
Yes, sir.
I'll show you a couple pieces of evidence I've got.
Let's do it.
Heck yeah.
All right. All right. So get on here. All right. So can y'all see that?
Not yet.
Not real. We can't see it.
All right. Hold on. Let me figure out.
Yeah, that present, you can screen share and you go to the browser. It's kind of tricky to figure out. I think it's coming in now. Let me see.
That's definitely beyond my level. I don't know, man. I'm trying to
There we
learn.
go.
All right. Can y'all got it?
Yep, you see it now.
Yep.
All right. So here's a picture from Mayflower. I can't tell, but to me, it looks like there's a woman standing here. Just really weird. It's had a little camera shake when I took the picture, so I can't really be too sure what it is. There's that one.
And that's above the cursor's at, kind of above it,
It's
in the background.
Oh yeah.
yes, sir.
There's definitely something there.
Yeah, I see it. It's like
Look
wearing like a
right
white top
above
or
the-
something.
Where he's got the cursor right above the sign.
Yeah.
Looks like.
All right, then I'm gonna. And I've let's see, and then I've got just one more thing. Hold on a second. So me and Chad were at Mayflower the other night. I want y'all to look at the big tree I've got right here. I'm gonna zoom in. There's a figure to the left. It's I don't know if y'all can see where my cursor is, but pay attention to the left of the tree. So we're gonna go picture 1, picture 2, picture 3. As you can see, it's moving.
Oh yeah.
Can't really. I don't have it. The camera I have doesn't zoom in, so I can't really be too sure. But to me, it looks like a figure walking towards our car.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is really interesting.
That is interesting. That's a good catch. Wow.
That's one. That's we love 3-shot burst.
Bursts are good when you're doing this stuff. Yeah.
And then
I love it.
All right, so I'm about to show y'all a video real quick. So we went to Powhatan Courthouse and Jail here in Powhatan, Arkansas, and my friend Chad here, you're going to hear him talking, and then you're going to see an orb across up on the top of the jailhouse, and above the jail cell. I want y'all to watch what it does. It's really amazing.
It's actually going to be 2. The other one's going to push it inside the jail cell.
Okay. So let me see here. Now, the one thing I've learned that you've got to be careful about orbs because, orbs equal, dust or flies, but some of these you can really tell a difference. And
If they're
so
really
we're going to get
defined.
started right here. So, let's see here. Let's see here, Chad. Chad, about how long in was that, bud? About 4 minutes? Okay. All right. See, most of these look like bugs flying to me, but what you're going to see is really incredible. All right, so I know you can't hear it on y'all screen, but just a minute ago, I said last time I was here, you hit my friend, and about
Ooh.
5-10 seconds later, it calls me a puss.
Ooh.
So, yeah, very vulgar ghost.
It's in you said a jail, right?
Yes, sir.
That would make sense.
This is. I think we're coming up on it now. There we go. We're coming up on it. Oh, there you see that? Let me now watch the cell on the left, and you're gonna see it, the ball float from left to right, and it's gonna transform. Were y'all able to see that?
Yeah.
I didn't, but I got spotlights blinding me in my face too, so that doesn't help. Let me turn my lights down a little bit.
It actually starts at the top of the.
Oh! Reagan, you die? You all right? Man
Yeah,
down. Man down.
The ghost got me. Yeah, trying to turn on these spotlights, but I got them on too bright. So it's interfering with seeing the screen. This is what happens when you're alive.
So do you just leave this camera and like let it film an area while you walk around and investigate? Is that what you're doing here?
Yeah, it's like a stationary camera there.
Yeah, it's
Right on.
we sometimes we use it for pictures, but we have found out it does do really well for I don't have a regular night vision camcorder, so this full spectrum is the best of both worlds.
Right on.
Spectrums are good too. Yeah, I used to have one back in the day. Just bear with me here. Anything I might miss. This is why you don't have drinks on your computer.
It's on
What was
Facebook.
that?
All right, so
I can see
one
that.
more thing I'm going to show y'all. So we went to Mayflower Cemetery, and this is it's about a 4-second clip. It's on my Facebook.
Mayflower Cemetery.
Yes, sir.
Heck yeah.
So let me go back in here to messengers. Chad, just bear with me just a minute.
No worries. Mayflower Cemetery. Look this up.
I wish I could access to places you go to for sure.
Oh, I've got, so Mayflower, there's this, we call him the big guy. And almost every time we're there, we have an interaction with him. And I can't explain it.
Yeah, we actually got him on camera.
Yeah, it's
Big guy.
a pretty incredible picture. Let's see here. Right. Yeah, bear with me just a second. I've got to. Sorry,
You're good.
plug my computer in.
You're good.
Ooh, it's in the top 10 haunted cemeteries.
That's in Arkansas.
Yeah.
Might get out there one day.
Oh, these are all in the U.S., I guess. Never mind.
Probably.
I tell you, the best place I've ever been is Boonville Cemetery, or not Boonville. It's an old sanatorium. That is the most haunted place I've ever been to.
Mm.
Hey Dave, which one of these things can I unplug?
It don't matter. I can plug it back in. Are you still?
You do have that one, right?
Sweet Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna show you Big Guy real quick. So Mayflower, we really seem to like the chapel. That's where most of our activity comes from. And
Right
let's
on.
see here.
That would be places that they would do like the viewings and stuff, right? Like of the bodies and whatnot, right?
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
right.
Let's see here. Where's big guy? Okay, right here. I got big guy right here.
This is the first time we've caught him on full spectrum.
Sorry if I have to get kind of close. I'm looking on my phone, so.
Nah, you're good.
Oh, you're fine.
I got my monitor and I'm still leaning in trying to look.
So we got him right here on the right of the towards the window.
Yeah, let me add it on real quick. It's not on the screen yet. There
You'll
we
see
go.
our shadows on the left.
Oh yeah. That's nuts.
Now,
But that's the first time we've ever actually captured him.
and then let's see here.
So you
This
see
is
him a
my
lot, but
favorite
you've never
picture
captured
here.
him?
We've captured him, Chad. How many times? What, 3 or 4? The big man, we've catched him what, 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, it's been, I think 4 times. I think we've catch him.
So here's another picture, but this one's from Conway Cemetery. This is or Oak Grove Cemetery, and this was one of the very first paranormal pictures we caught up there. As you can see, right next to the post, there's what appears to be a little girl standing there. It's not the best picture, but I don't know if y'all can see that or not.
Like
I
right,
can see
yes,
it.
right. Oh wow.
So that, yeah, I love Mayflower and Conway. Let's see here. So here's another picture. If you'll look, I'm going to show you 2 pictures in succession. So I have a trail cam that we had set up, and you'll see 3 people, and then you see the big tree in front of you. If you look on the right side of the tree, there's going to be something pop up. You're going to see nothing now. Boom! It looks like a little kid or something sitting there.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was on our game cam.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's nuts, man.
Let's see here. Okay, so here's an interesting story. So here's my little MG midget, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you look there, it looks like there's somebody sitting in my car. Well, I wasn't there. That was not me. Funny story about that night. When I left to put my car, when I went to put my top up on the car had been sliced, or the top had been sliced. I had to get a replacement top. So I'm thinking something cut my top. I was there when I pulled up. I was waiting for Chad and I think David to show up. And well, I'm sitting in the car and I hear somebody say, "What are you doing here?" I didn't answer him, and Chad just started taking pictures with my camera malfunction. Wouldn't let me take any pictures, so I basically ignored this ghost and I suffered the consequences.
That sounds more demonic.
So it was sliced after you ignored the voice? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So let's see. Oh, okay. I want y'all to look at this picture here. So you're going to see my friend's truck, but if you look, the big poster right here in the middle, we've got another entity right here.
And we believe it's the same girl y'all just saw.
More than
Is there any
likely.
history of a little girl being seen around there?
Maud was the first person to be buried there. I think she was 8 years old. We searched for months trying to find her gravestone. And when we did, me and a friend of mine were there, and just by ourselves, and we were talking. We had a recorder going, and we asked Mod, "Are you here with us?" And something goes, or a gentleman says, "Sally." Well, if you look a row up and to the right, there's an older lady named Sally buried there, which is very creepy.
Yeah. Wow.
So,
that is definitely creepy.
Hey, Brent, I've got that video of that EVP we cut, which says don't record.
you do have it?
I do have it, yeah.
All right, so my friend David's going to go ahead and share something with you. So let me stop sharing my screen, and David's going to do it for you.
Okay.
So this is something that we caught at Mayflower. It's an EVP.
Yeah, so what you do is you do share screen or present. You're going to click on your screen, and then you're going to hit share, and then it'll let you do it.
Well, this little thing popped up that says choose what to share.
Yeah.
Should be like window or browser or something.
All right, so you're going to click on that.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
I need to learn to do it too. You're not alone.
Yeah. I need my 7-year-old to come in here and do this.
Hey, another way. Sometimes my 7-year-old got to teach me stuff.
Oh, they know some stuff.
Are these MacBooks or on the Mac computers?
No, it's like a Chromebook or something.
It's like 8 windows in one. Like, look at this. It's nuts. It's like we're there on the side, then we're there in the middle, then we're there in the middle again.
Whoa! What do they call the infinity thing? We're seeing a picture of the picture. I do see it's muted. Make sure you
Close that screen out or minimize that screen. There you go.
Which one?
All right, now you're good. We're good. Minimize that screen again. That one that you got up.
Which one? The one I got up now?
Yeah, and now open up the EVP.
I gotta go to the screen. Hold on.
Brent's obviously our tech guy.
No worries, man. No worries.
It's good to have a tech guy.
So, Brent, I'm confused. You said minimize that screen, right? I don't know how to do this.
Yeah, go to Facebook, bud.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Oh, you see it? Okay.
Let's see
All
it.
right, so this is at Mayflower after we set up, and we were all at our vehicles. So this is what we caught on camera.
Don't record.
Oh Jesus!
Don't record.
That's a Class A EVP right there.
Yeah, that was that
Those
was
are rare.
That was pretty good.
And
That
then
was really good.
that night, it wiped out his memory card and everything out of his camera.
Oh wow!
Would not let us take no more pictures.
Intriguing. That always fascinates me, man.
What they can do is amazing. Yeah, the spirit world, how they can manipulate electronics is amazing.
Yes.
Heck yeah.
So, Josh, what's your craziest experience you've had, bud?
Like I would say it's I don't know, the stuff that happened when I was a kid, like seeing like demonic entities or seeing flames in front of me when I would wake up. Like that was when, and then like I would just tell myself for a long time, I was like, I don't believe that stuff. I don't believe that stuff. And I stopped seeing it for a long time. And then I slowly but surely started getting back into it. And now I see it all the time. But most of the time it's in dreams. Like I will have weird things that happen around the house. And like I'll go to sleep and I'll dream about something like in my house or that I need to do, do some crazy stuff to get rid of it. But like, I've always felt like I had something following me pretty much my whole life. Like sometimes it was good, sometimes it was bad. But I would say just hearing like voices, that's always been a thing for me. And it sounds like crazy. That's why I don't tell regular people, but like, oh yeah, I hear voices, man. But like sometimes when I'm by myself, that's why I don't like to be by myself. It's like that's the only time it really happens is when I'm usually by myself. I get them out of the corner of my eyes all the time. Like I'll see, like in my house right now, I know I have something in here. My daughter's seen it. Like I have it's like a girl in a dress of some kind that always like floats around in my hallway, and like I just haven't gone to do the like I've done some EVPs and I pick stuff up, but like I don't know, I've not done like a full investigation of my house because plainly I'm lazy.
But most people, or even investigators, they never investigate their own houses. I mean, they don't want to know what's in their house. Somebody else's
My
house,
interest
that's their
is,
problem. But, yeah.
it tends to gear towards the alien side. Like that's, I've had experiences that I can't explain from when I was a kid too. Like most of this stuff, again, happened when I was a kid, and that's just kind of sparked my interest. But it's something that terrifies me, to be honest.
It's
like
scary.
I tell Riggy that all the time. Riggy knows I'm scared of the Greys.
Probably for good reason. As you can see, there's some behind me right now.
Let me ask you all a question. So, back, I want to say 2006, I had problems with bullies at work, okay? Well, there's this one guy in particular. I ended up quitting that job. And I'm going to say I hadn't heard from anybody in about 2 years or so. And I just started thinking about him. Well, I would think I saw him standing over my bed at night sometimes. And I'd get up, take off, running out of my room, freaked out, okay? Well, and so I went up and talked to one of my coworkers who still works at the job I worked at. She said, "Hey, didn't you know he got shot in the head and killed?" And it's like, no, I didn't know that. And then I was talking to my sister, I say a couple months ago, and the guy who bullied me, who came to the foot of my bed just to stare at me, gave my uncle his liver so he could live. And I did not. I just found that out recently.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's crazy how it all goes full circle.
Right.
Maybe he was there not to bully you, but just to let you know. Maybe he was sorry. But
see, that's what I'm thinking. It was crazy. Like I saw him, I thought about him, hadn't thought about him in years, and then I found out he saved my uncle's life. It's just crazy.
That's wild, man. That's a stunning example of synchronicity, sir. 100%.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, Dave, you mind if I show him a picture from the apartment?
No, that's fine. I'll give you a little. So my fiance, her apartment is haunted. We basically investigated her apartment. And we have dealt with possessions and things like that. So he's got a lot of his stuff on his computer. Brent's fixing to show you. But yeah, we've been. Josh, I can actually relate to you when you don't want to investigate your own place. You know, investigating her apartment. It gets kind of, because I've actually here recently where it's scratched on my right wrist. I choked Chad the picture. But I spent the night at her place, woke up, was getting ready for work, got my coffee, was looking at my phone, and nothing was nothing on my wrist or anything. And got in the shower, and my wrist started burning. I looked down, and I had probably about a 4-inch scratch on my wrist, on the inside of my wrist.
Oh, wow. Audio.
Yeah, Dave.
Places. Yeah.
There it goes.
You know, because they don't want to know the truth. But,
All right, so I think what's going on is we're in the same room. I don't know if he's got his audio on. I think that might be the problem. His microphone.
We're hearing the sound come through his computer is what it is. It's feeding back.
we're on mute now.
Okay. Try to talk. Can you hear him? Y'all talk.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
me?
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
We hear each other, yeah.
Can y'all hear them?
When he's muted now.
No.
Okay, we're good.
There we go.
Okay. So I'm about to show y'all this pic. It's going to be really hard to see, but I'm going to do my best. And here we go. So here's the first picture here. We're going to be looking right in this area, okay? Y'all see the black spot next to the fridge?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next picture. If you zoom in, it looks like there's. Well, let me zoom out a little bit. It's like you can see an outline of a figure with her head tilted to the side.
It's in the right hand of that room, into that mirror.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a mirror. That's not that. I thought it was a doorway.
Yeah, there. It's that's heading back towards. There's a closet right there. So what we did is we took several pictures. So you see the lady there. Now she's gone. And then this is an example of me standing there, and an example of Chad standing there, and nowhere near does it make the same type of picture.
Right.
Can you go back to that one again with the female?
Yes. There.
Can you zoom back in on it?
Yeah. It kind of pixelates out, but right there.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Right?
Definitely got some goosebumps with that one.
Definitely.
That's I've got another one to show y'all. We went to Mayflower Cemetery. This is Mayflower again. I want y'all to take note. So this headstone right here, tall one. So I'm going to scoot forward a couple pictures, and we can't tell, but I think there is. It looks like a figure to me and my friends here. Let's see, where's it at? Right there. Right here. It looks like somebody leaning over.
What was it where your cursor's at?
Yeah, yes, sir. Right here.
Like a shadow, just like a dark short shape.
Yeah, a black mass.
Yeah, I see that. Wow.
I can't tell, but to me that looks like something, because this is that tombstone I showed y'all right here a few seconds ago, and in those pictures I didn't see anything that resembled that.
Yeah.
So
Could be something there, yeah. Looks like it.
So funny story about this trip. Chad was well, one thing we have started doing is using cat balls, and I'm telling you, dude, they really work. It's amazing, and shit. We had 2 cat balls in I want to say 2 rows apart, Chad, and both of them were going off at the same time, so he was chasing it back and forth. It was the coolest thing ever.
Those are the ones that light up. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I need some of those.
So to anybody out there, that's $5 investment.
Yeah, that's the best $5 investment we've ever had. Oh,
Not bad.
but
Right on.
I don't have the video. I don't know where it's at, but so Mayflower, man, it's our hot spot.
I see that.
We all had the other night where the orb shoots up behind the chair. The ball goes off.
Yes.
I've got it on Messenger.
You got on Messenger? All right, so Dave is going to share something on Messenger because I don't have the video downloaded to my laptop yet. So Dave wasn't with us, and there's what you're going to see real quick is a shadow or an orb shoot up, and then you're going to see our cat ball go off.
Let me stop sharing for a minute before I find it. There may be something y'all don't need to see.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, man. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, oh goodness.
I mean, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings if they're a Cowboys fan.
No worries.
So Josh, I missed it earlier, Josh. You know, because there was a bunch of lag and whatnot. Where are you from again?
I'm from Washington State.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, so let me share here again.
Oh yeah.
You on Facebook? You on Facebook, bud?
Are you talking to me? Yes, I am. I am on the Facebook.
You ready to
Mind if
share,
I add
David?
you?
By all means, sir. By all means.
Okay, so in this video, you'll see you got Brent and Chad sitting there. Down in the lower half, right in this area, you'll see an orb shoot kind of that direction, and then the ball will go off.
And you'll see me notice it.
Yeah, and you'll see Chad turn around. It's real quick when it shoots up. The orb is right around here, and then the ball goes off. Y'all see that?
Not really, to be honest. I see the ball go off.
If you look right about it'd be kind of in this area right here. You'll see the orb. It's real quick, and then the ball goes off. I don't know how to slow it down.
Yes. Playback speed. There you go. Put it maybe half speed.
That's me.
So we slowed it down. You're going to see it.
Oh, I saw it.
You saw that kind of shoot up?
Yeah, I saw it that time.
Definitely.
All right. So what I'm doing now is I'm going back to my computer, and I really want to find a couple of these pictures to share with y'all. I know, Ricky, you've seen the picture before, but Josh is not.
Okay, let's bring it up. And show everybody else too.
Yeah. Good night, almighty. Let's see here. Okay, let's see. Mayflower. Good night. I have. Well,
There, so you don't have to look for my Facebook. I commented in the chat.
I do appreciate that. I totally forgot to ask what your last name was.
Oh,
She's
the link
also in
has
the
my
Facebook
whole
group,
last
too.
name. Good lord.
All right. Well, unfortunately, I don't have that information, but I will share that with the both of y'all later. Maybe y'all can add that in later.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
But so we were in Conway, and Dave was in the gazebo the gazebo. I swear it's these covered areas that are total hot spots at these cemeteries, and so he's in there by himself. You see two red lights go up and then come down, hit the ground, and then you hear something say "my doll." It's the craziest thing.
Oh, wow.
That's when we had the little doll I brought from my house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And one of my sons, one of his little stuffed animals. And I've been, when I go to these places, like when I go to Conway, apparently I have a little girl that chases me around the cemetery. We've got pictures of her on my truck, around my truck. In fact, we actually.
Yeah, I've got those pictures. I'll show you in
You got the
just a
pictures?
second. Yeah, I got the pictures.
We had one of the pictures by my truck. We actually ran over there because we saw somebody standing next to my truck, and we were shining the flashlight around, and Chad actually saw it. I've got a Chevy pickup truck that has a 2-inch limited kit, so it sits up pretty high. But right about the top of the wheelbase on the back, there were 3 smudge marks where somebody had like swiped on the back of my truck.
All right. So give me a second. I'm gonna share this, and this is a really cool piece. I'm gonna show y'all. I do. I have it. I got to pull it up. All right. So we're gonna present, share screen, share. Okay. I'm gonna go here to Facebook, and let's see. Okay, what just happened? Okay. There we go. You see it? That is the most interesting piece of evidence I think I found before. Were y'all able to see that?
It's
Not
not really
exactly
showing
where are we looking at?
All right. So you're gonna see the post. Look to the left of the post.
About
You're gonna
right in an
see
open area?
2 red lights. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Come up.
Oh, yeah. That's, yeah.
That
Any ideas what it is?
I have no way to explain that. I have no idea. We have no idea what that is.
Interesting.
And I think now I can go back and find these pictures for y'all. Okay. Yeah. My computer's been super slow.
No worries.
So Rick, while he's doing that, what is your most weirdest experience or should I say scariest experience that you encountered?
Well, that depends if we're talking about ghosts or UFOs. No, one or the other. But part of the UFO I saw as a kid was the scariest. I didn't know if it's going to come after me or not. But years ago here in Georgia, me and my cousin were out in the country visiting my aunt. We're outside about dusk, getting dark. He's out in the backyard for the reason. I'm in the front yard. And he comes running around the house saying, "Hey, there's something out there." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" So I got there and looked, and there's this big open field. This is the middle of the country. There's acres and acres of land. But anyway, right above the tree line, just in the distance, you can see an actual spaceship. It was an actual ship. It wasn't like a little light. You can actually see a ship, and it had lights going around the side of it. It was just sitting there above the trees. There's no sound or nothing. So unless you saw it, you never know what was there. We took a look at that, looked at each other, and ran in the house. And of course, nobody believed us and went go out and look either. But we were scared something's going to come out of the ship and come and get us or something. But
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah, I think I was probably running the house too.
as far as ghosts go, that Shadow Man was probably the scariest I've ever seen.
Okay, because we've had people. Chad and I worked together. We had a lady at work telling us about that she had seen the same Shadow Man with the hat, and it seemed to be kind of a normal occurrence, I guess. I don't know really what it is.
Well,
Right.
like I was saying, he's been seen by so many people. There's documentaries and stuff that talk about him, and they say he's like a higher level shadow person, maybe the one in charge. People also associate shadow people with aliens, and saying it could be interdimensional beings. They don't know what it is, but the fact it's been seen by so many people that
Yeah, I think what I saw there, when I researched it, that like over 2,000 sightings.
we're getting some feedback there.
Brent, turn your crap off.
I'm trying.
He's like, oh, he's like, mute, no.
That's pretty much exactly right.
I was gonna ask. So one of the questions I had written down was like, what are your beliefs as far as like what ghosts really are? Like, what do you think that they are? Like, some people would say that, it's just like it's a spirit walking around. Some people would say it's like a thought form. Like, what do you think? How do they become ghosts that can interact with that you're encountering in like a cemetery or something?
In my opinion. Well, I'll give you my opinion. I actually have a bachelor's degree in biblical studies, and my opinion is I don't necessarily believe in residual hauntings.
We lost your audio there, David.
No
Now
sound.
you're both
Mute.
muted. Still no sound. Sorry. It's a technical difficulty.
Hello.
Yep, got you now.
All right, sorry about that.
No worries.
So yeah, I believe in angels and demons. I believe that. I don't believe in ghosts.
Gotcha.
We lost him again when you muted there, Brent.
Yeah, I'm unmuted now.
Okay, can you hear me?
We can hear you now.
Yeah, apparently it's when he mutes, it takes the sound out. But yeah, I don't. My opinion is, I believe it's demonic activity, no matter what it is. I believe that when a person passes away, they're either going to go to heaven or to hell, and they're not going to hang around.
Major feedback.
I can actually go get I can get my headphones and cut my head.
Yeah.
That would probably help, yeah.
Yeah, y'all give me your piece. Let me get my headphones. I'll be right back.
Go for it. Wait. Yeah, we had an issue before when I had like a different group of just like 5 of us, and at least 2 people didn't have headphones in, so the whole time we just had this horrible feedback and echo.
Hey, so I'm just gonna let y'all know this now. So, Chad is the main one catching these pictures. Like he's the camera guy, and I'm glad I found him. We used to work together, and this has been the coolest thing we've done. And we're hoping to investigate a place in Conway soon, but I don't know if it's going to happen or not. But what I'd really want to do is get into more like businesses or houses, and that's where I think we're really gonna shine, because anybody can find something in the cemetery. but to
Yeah.
actually get to investigate a residence like we did with that apartment, it's totally different. It's a totally different
It's
feel.
more personal. I
Uh,
mean, yeah. It's
I
inside a
learned the
house.
hard
So
way. I learned the hard way not to taunt Mr. Happy Funball. I investigated a museum in St. Francis County here in Arkansas, and I was running my mouth, and I had a V1 camera in my hand. Well, I got pushed down some wooden stairs. It didn't break the camera, thankfully. If y'all get a night vision camera, a V1, Sony V1's one of the best ones to get. But yeah,
I'll show you mine. This is my night vision camera right here.
Huh?
It's an XA53, I believe. But it's really good.
You got another one?
Oh, I like that.
This is my.
I like that.
Sony V1.
It costs
Yeah, see that's not in our budget yet, but I really want one of those SLS cameras that they got.
Oh, the screen showing it was green, so you can't see it. Oh, that's weird.
You see that, Chad?
Yes.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
That is what we need.
That is what we need. So, Ricky, if you don't mind me asking, what's something like that going to run me?
$900.
How much? You said
Top of the
900.
line is about between 900 and 1,000. But I also got an expansion
That's-
IR light that goes on the top too, so you can get better field of view.
No, but yeah, that's what we need, Chad. Yeah.
It's 4K.
Let me ask y'all a question. What's y'all's take on Ghost Adventures?
Are you talking about the show?
I think when they first started out, I think they were all right. Then it got too big. I think they got too big.
I like it.
Did y'all see the demon house that he did?
Who?
I think their first couple of seasons were legitimate. Once they got really big, they started going out and it just started getting crazier. Like he's always getting possessed at everywhere he goes now. And I hear in real life he's just not a very good person. So.
See, I saw where he bought that house in Indiana, the devil house or the demon house, and ended up tearing it down because. See, I don't know, putting your money into something like that, your own money, like I believe about 60% of what I saw in the demon house. Like I believe he actually saw something, because if something messed his eyes up that bad, and for him to spend his own money to buy a house and then just to tear it down, there must have been some evil shit there.
Well, he owns that house in Vegas now too. That actually does tours.
Oh, I heard about that.
So, Josh, did we ever finish answering your question?
What are we talking about? Oh, the.
If we believe the ghosts are real, or
Oh yeah, I mean you did. You gave your take on it. You said you believe in like angels and demons, and that's that's one of the common beliefs. Like some people are like atheistic and they go out and try to see this stuff to prove it. Or like they're like, oh, they always have some weird explanation for it, but I definitely believe in spirits, demons, whatever you want to call it. I don't have a set thing that I believe, but
I mean, it's such a vast subject to cover. I mean, so basically, and they say demons can take the shape of people you love. They can also impersonate their voices and stuff. So, how would you really actually know what you're looking at?
And said I'm the type I go in there to every investigation as a skeptic until I see it for myself.
right.
Fair
When I see it, okay, yeah. There's nothing there, but I see it.
Right. I mean, yeah, it's good to have a healthy sense of skepticism, so that way, it gives you the motive to seek proof or whatever, better shots.
Well, you can't believe everything, even things you see, because I actually had an experience when I did an investigation, and I thought I caught something on camera, and I was convinced. I'm like, oh man, I got it, and then later on, I was able to debunk it. It was actually nothing. But I'll see if I can find a picture here. And now that
And that's
you,
one thing we try to do is, if we get pictures, we try to debunk whatever it is. And sometimes
Here
you
it goes.
can't do that.
I'm gonna share my screen here, and I'll show you what I caught. That I was convinced I caught what I thought maybe would have been the caretaker or the guardian of the cemetery.
Oh, I know what you're
Can
talking
you let
about.
me know? You see that little yellow thing behind that tree over there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
pretty weird
wow.
looking, right?
I would think that's a person. Yeah.
All right, now I'm gonna stop the screen sharing here, and I'm gonna take a picture of what I found out it actually is, if I have it here still. So hang tight for just a moment there.
Wasn't it like a stop sign or something? I don't remember what it was.
It's a stop sign.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll bring it back up.
Really?
See.
I didn't mean to mess up your story.
I couldn't find a picture anyway, so you did me a favor. Here, I'll bring it back up so I can show you. But even when you saw it, you were convinced that was like somebody standing there.
Oh, yeah, I was convinced, yeah.
But when you look closely, you can see the yellow shape of the sign, and in the middle is the red stop sign. And that's the little stand there. It's just blurred out because of the distance there. But from here, at this angle, it looks like somebody standing there, but it was nothing but a sign. So you think you got something, and sometimes it's not. I mean, I was all
that was the
excited
Black
about that.
Diamond Cemetery, right?
Yeah, Black Diamond, which is in Washington State. It's supposed to be a very well-known haunted location as well. Black Diamond, Washington, is its own little town. I've been there a few times. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
I figured with Washington, you'd have more Bigfoot sightings.
I've been
We
looking for
definitely
those
do.
too. Actually, I went somewhere. Josh knows about it. He wasn't there. It's called Iron Goat Trail. It's a well-known haunted location
yes.
as well as a hotspot for Bigfoots. So you got both of those things out there.
Sounds like we need to take a trip to Washington.
Yeah. So
I actually
get
work
back.
freaking. I should try to get him on now that I'm off on the weekends. I didn't even think about it, man. I should get this guy on that I work with. He's been trying to get me to go to this spot with him. He claims that he has this spot that he goes to and he encounters, like, he doesn't actually see him, but he's like had so many encounters with Bigfoot that like he's like, I'll prove it to you. And like I've been meaning to do it now
I'd love
that I have
to
the weekends off. But
I'd love to go shoot. That'd be
he
awesome.
says that it's like he was in the military for years, and like the government, he says they know that these creatures exist. They actively were searching for them and trying to get information. That's what he was saying. Like he's got stories for days. I would love to bring him out there.
So what's your guys' thoughts on Bigfoot? Real, not real? You need more evidence?
I'm gonna say real. I can't do it. From what I've seen, there's a lot of stuff out there that we don't know that's there, and I can, as much space that we have on this planet, I can see things hiding out and
Mm-hmm.
being there.
Yeah, like this forest out there, people have never even set foot on.
Yeah.
Like, they say we know more about the moon than we do about the depths of the oceans. I mean, who knows what's even on this planet?
Right.
And by the way, Josh, I know it's been an hour for you. I know if you got to go, because you got your kids and all, just let us know.
Oh, it's all good, man. They're occupied.
All right, good deal. Now, if you want, I'm gonna show you guys some EVPs I caught. When I
love
went to
it.
This is when I went to a historic museum in my hometown, Washington, Georgia, here in Welch County. Let me bring it up here. Eventually. Here we go. Make sure it's coming up. There we go. This is my little lame opening here, so just ignore that. Now what I did, I took the entire show or video and I compressed it to just the EVPs. What I did, I tried to put subtitles underneath the EVPs as they happened.
Can you turn it back? Especially these guys.
Wow.
Their names are in perfect.
It's incredible.
And that was just the EVPs I cut out.
So
Ooh,
where
really
did, you,
quick.
where'd you get that at, Ricky?
Sorry.
Where did you catch those at?
That was in Washington, Georgia. Hang on. My YouTube video is on autoplay, so I'm going getting stuff here. Washington, Georgia. It's called the Washington Historic Museum or something like that. But that whole town's considered to be historic. A lot of
How
places
far
are
is that
considered
from here,
haunted.
Chad?
Washington, Georgia?
We ain't driving.
It'll be a drive for you guys for sure. But I got the full video on my YouTube channel if you want to check it out later.
Oh yeah, I need to go check that out.
Yeah. So yeah, y'all were talking about what do you think ghosts are? You know, back when I met my friend the Coons, he put it to me this way. He said, "Think of a building as a battery, okay? And you think of so many different people having so many different emotions. That's how you get residual hauntings. You know, because you get so much energy imprint from, like, let's say a wedding or something like that. Like you just get those residual haunts. It's just like a playback, But it's those buildings collect so much energy. But what really it's almost freaky to me because it's these intelligent hauntings. Because you're sitting there knowing that you're not there. I mean, you're sitting there knowing you and just maybe one other person, and then you get a voice answering your question that you know ain't there. It's just that's why I do it. Like it's like I'm obsessed with it now. See, because me and Chad, ghost hunt together. And he's like, "Man, don't you ever want to take a break?" I was like, "Hell no."
This is life. It's a lifestyle. Now, going back to what you're saying about maybe potentially spirits being demons, I will share with you another story I had as a kid. A little backstory. This is when my aunt used to live years ago. Me and my sister would go visit once in a while over the weekend for whatever reason. And I was a kid, and my cousins are two younger girls at the time. And they've had different things happen in this house. One story, my uncle was in bed, and he heard my aunt come into the room, lay down beside him, but he leaned over and looked. There was nothing there. Things like that would happen. So anyway, this one night, we're spending the night. I'm asleep on the couch. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning. I wake up. My aunt and my sister are watching TV. They turn it off. My sister goes to the spare bedroom. My aunt goes to bed. So it's just me laying in the living room on that couch. And it starts out with me laying on my back looking up. And I see like a fog or a mist kind of on the ceiling coming over me. So I get nervous. So I turn over and I'm facing the back of the couch. And that's when I hear the footsteps walking to the living room with me. At first, the steps go to the other side of the room. And I hear scratching on the wall. Like it's coloring or scratching for whatever reason. And then I hear the footsteps walking towards me. Remember, my back's I'm facing the back of the couch so I can't see it. But the footsteps comes towards me where I'm at. And you know how you can feel somebody standing right over you, right? I felt that. And I heard a little boy's voice say, "That's my girlfriend." And then I got slapped across my back. I had a reflex, my eyes closed. I swung back, and nothing but cold air. Now my cousin at the time had an imaginary friend. That was a little boy. He didn't like me being there. True story. But what if it was a demonic presence impersonating a boy, I don't know.
What's y'all's take on sensory deprivation?
You go first.
Like, what do you mean sensory deprivation? What are we talking about?
Well,
Like that water tank where you sleep in?
well,
You mean those tanks of water where you're floating in them and they close you in?
Mm-hmm.
It cuts off all your senses to the outside.
Oh, yeah. So I'm a firm believer in the possibilities of that. But, like, you have to go into it believing it. So, like, what that does is it's like the people that meditate for years and they are able to do crazy things, that's a shortcut. It's like you don't have to practice to get into that state. It puts you into, like, a state with your, or into contact with your deeper mind, essentially, because your body's all relaxed. Like, so you're able to access a level of mind that you're not normally able to do. Like, I've been wanting to do it for quite a while.
And stuff, yeah. I would love to try it.
The movie the Stranger Things show, have you watched that? When she goes into the sensory deprivation tank, like that's like what that is actually showing is research that the CIA did on people. Like they were putting them under heavy doses of acid and putting them in these tanks, and they're able to, leave their body. Like all kinds of people are able to
remote viewing kind of thing.
Right, said to be able to leave their body and essentially appear like a ghost. I don't know. I think it's fascinating.
I believe it. I mean, it's definitely fascinating.
Brent wants to try that, and I'm telling him to be careful when he does it.
I would love to try it. I mean, you're so cut off from all your senses. All you can experience is your inner thoughts. You can't see or hear or anything. It's just darkness. I think I'd be creeped out because I'm claustrophobic for one thing, but I still want to try it.
I've been meaning to do it for so long, and like the wife is tired of me talking about it. She's like, "Oh, you're never gonna do it." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm honestly scared because of the stuff I've already seen throughout my life. Like, I'm scared I'm gonna get stuck. Like, because I mean, I do believe we have the ability with our minds to cross dimensions if we need to. If we can. I've done enough psychedelic drugs to know that to be true.
No doubt.
The little disclaimer there.
So y'all do
all it
believe
does
in
is-
astral projection?
Oh yeah.
Yes, I've done it.
Yep.
All
That's
the time.
incredible.
I do it. I've only done it a few times consciously, but I do it every night subconsciously.
There's actual legitimate scientific studies that have measured the weights of the bodies. Like when people say they leave and the body loses weight, there's people
It's like a
able
few
to
ounces.
read the contents of letters that are sealed and all kinds. There's so many legitimate studies done. It's crazy. There's a lot of science. It's just not stuff that's told to the regular people.
Well, have you heard of sleep paralysis? You know that, right?
Mhm.
Where you wake up and you can't move. They're saying that's a precursor or a prerequisite to astral projection, because your body's shut down still, and that makes it easier for your astral body to leave your physical body. That's what got me into it.
See, I got chills just now, man. Come on. Hey.
Hey, it's crazy stuff.
So they think I'm crazy for wanting to do this, but what y'all's take on the double mirror facing each other? It's like the endless loop. I've never
Have you
done
done
it.
We did it
it's not for me,
at
but-
my fiance's apartment. Chad and I both did it.
Oh,
So
see,
if
I
you
didn't-
take
I didn't-
two mirrors and look into it, you say, or how's that work?
The infinity mirror?
So mirrors
Yeah.
are basically portals, what they say.
I believe it. Yeah.
And you put a mirror in front of you, and you have a mirror behind you, and it makes an endless loop.
Mhm.
And you just sit there and you stare into the mirror, and everything kind of gets blurry, and you can see things around. When I did it, I actually saw a red orb behind me on my fiance's dresser move. I don't know what Chad saw or if he felt anything, but
Yeah, I never seen nothing, but it's a feeling if you've never done it.
yeah, it's.
It makes you wonder: are you physically seeing, or does it change your perception in a way that you see?
It actually does change your perception because
Yeah.
if you stare at something long enough, it's like when I looked at it, and I think Chad and I talked about it. My face became something totally different.
Yes, it was.
than
That
what
works
I
in a
was-
regular mirror. If you go in a mirror right now and just
Interesting.
look at your reflection and stare at your face and don't blink, your face will distort.
Right.
I do that all the
But
time.
we
It's
did
fascinating.
this with you had a mirror behind you and a mirror in front of you, and it's a weird feeling there when you
I
do it.
bet.
Yeah, total darkness. It's a weird feeling. You're not looking at yourself.
But what's cool about mirrors, like you say, being a portal.
Darkness. Ooh.
I once had a dream that I could travel to different realities, and the way I did it was I pull a mirror out, and I would look into the mirror, and I'd go into it, and that would be the portal to the other world I'm going to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
That's the kind of
definitely
dreams
believe
I
that.
have on a regular basis. I have really bizarre, vivid dreams every night. It's crazy.
Yeah,
that's all-
we would not recommend doing the mirror. You can do the mirror thing, but I wouldn't do it for more than 5 or 10 minutes.
Mm.
You know,
I
if you
ain't
do it
doing
longer than that,
I
you
don't
open
blame you.
yourself up.
Yeah, I bet. Because, mirrors being portals, you knows what's coming through. It's like a
Yeah.
Ouija board, And I don't mess with
Exactly.
those things either.
I don't do Ouija boards.
I don't either. I don't trust them.
They won't let me do it. I kind of want to just because, but the skeptic in me wants to. But I've already seen enough.
I am curious, but at the same time, I've heard so many stories about them. But people say
Yeah,
if you're trying to
curious
do
too,
them
but I'm
right,
not
it's
that
perfectly
curious.
safe. But, right?
We've already dealt with possession, so we're not. We don't need Ouija boards.
What happens
Actually,
with
so
possession?
We do have somebody that can help us out.
Oh
Right.
yeah, hell no. So the mirror thing, man. So just like when you said that and your reflection changed, that made me think that's the exact thing that happened to me when I had this crazy experience. I've never been able to explain what happened, but I was standing in the mirror. Like, I'll be honest, I had ingested some little bit of THC oil, but I did it for a specific purpose for a long time because like I'm already a sensitive, I guess you could say. So like I already see things anyway. But when I do that, it supercharges my mind. So I sat and I stared at the mirror. Not only did my whole reflection change, but I started feeling like I was being drawn into the mirror itself. And like I could literally feel it. And then like, 30 seconds in, I had a voice come in my head say, turn away. And I turned away and the feeling of being pulled forward stopped. Like, so I think that, again, I feel like I've had like, whatever you want to call it, a guardian angel, something watching over me for a long time. And that told me to look away. So
Yeah.
It makes you wonder what would have happened if you didn't, right?
I think
Let me
there
ask
are
you a
portals,
question.
man.
So, what's y'all's take on deja vu? Do y'all think that's paranormal or?
I think it's
'Cause
supernatural,
that's just
but it is normal. I had different theories myself. I have many theories on lots of things, but one of my theories is you live in the multiverse, parallel universes. There's a bunch of other yous out there. And let's say you have two universes that are really close to each other. Maybe they're 2 seconds apart, so you're kind of dragging behind your other self. And when you get to that same moment the other person was just dead, and you link with that memory for a split second, you're like, dang, I've been here before. Something like that.
Mm-hmm. That's
There's different ideas, but I do believe it's a thing, because I experience it all the time.
yeah, I like that. I just had a really profound one yesterday. Like I was like, oh my goodness, this has happened before. And I honestly think that too. I think we live in a multiverse, and that's probably, I don't know, to me that sounds cool. So that's why I was talking to Ricky about that same exact theory. It could be a number of things though. I mean, it could be you experienced it in a dream. Like there's all kinds of different theories on that. But I definitely would say it's paranormal personally.
Yeah.
Did y'all ever watch anything on Skinwalker Ranch? They had some stuff on Discovery
Mhm.
Channel, and that was some. I didn't get to watch season 3, but that was some serious. Like they had hardcore scientific evidence of
Mhm.
just crazy stuff going on out there.
It's a
y'all think
mixture
that's
of. There's something to Skinwalker Ranch, but at the same time, it's still Hollywood. I did catch them in a line one time. You might have seen the episode where they were taking a drone out. This guy had a very sophisticated drone, and it wouldn't launch
Yeah.
for some reason. Something was messing with it. And then a minute later, you see drone footage looking down at them trying to fly the drone. So apparently drones can fly.
Right.
Right? So
No,
I mean,
no,
it's
man,
still,
that's-
it's still
fascinating.
entertainment mixed with real stuff, but I think they're adding a lot more to it than might not be happening to them.
Yeah, you got to separate
But I don't
the real
discredit
from
it. I do
the
believe something's going on out there.
it's just,
It's like even ghost
you
hunters
get
have
these
been
science.
caught faking evidence. I mean, they gotta provide evidence to keep people watching their show. I mean,
Right.
nobody wants to watch the show if nothing happens, so they gotta make stuff happen.
See, that's just like my thing is you got to take things with a grain of salt, but if you really think about it, like Ghost Adventures, Zach and them, and then the Ghost Hunter crew, the Taps, Jason Hollis, and all them, really like those guys. They spend 3, 4, 5 days at a location,
Yep.
and
Mhm.
we see 30 minutes
An hour of it. Right.
Now, I don't know if y'all are a fan of Ed and Lorraine Warren or if y'all were into them, but did y'all
The
catch that?
Warrens, yeah.
Yeah, did y'all catch the 28-Day Veil? Did y'all catch that
Mm-mm.
6
didn't.
episodes on Netflix?
Mm-mm.
28-day bill, you said?
So basically, what they did is they had, was it Chad, 3 teams?
They had 3 teams and they stayed in a location for 28 days.
Well, they stayed at 3 different locations.
Yes, 3 different locations, 3 teams for 28 days.
And they said, you know, the longer you stay there, like the more the more the. I mean, and they proved the theory 3 different ways between the 3 different uh, 3 different teams. Like they were getting told this information, or they were seeing this information. You know, they had like a psychic on every team, and then the camera guy. But I don't know. I mean, I know that's Hollywood, but I mean, I gotta. I don't know how I feel about them because, like,
It's hard to say.
they just found the coolest stuff they could and put it in a
Convenient,
museum. Like,
Yep. The Annabelle dolls in the museum.
but yeah, that was if y'all get a chance to check that out, I'd watch it. It's only
28 Days Haunted.
28
Yeah.
days
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Basically,
Oh yeah. I'm looking at it right now. I'm gonna watch it.
In the rain
Let me
warrant
check it out too.
period, it takes 28 days for the barrier between the physical and the spiritual world to fully break down. And that's so they put these people in isolation for 28 days. In hard locations.
Well, how do you count the start and the end? I mean, is it 28 days from when you start, or is there a specific timeline you got to be in?
It's 28 days from when you start.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you started January 1st, and by January 28th, the 28 days, or the 29th, I guess it would be, the veil between the physical and the spiritual world should be broken down.
That's interesting. Let's say there's one location with 2
Sounds like
teams.
something to look into.
I go in on February 1st, but then, like, say Josh goes in and starts on February the 5th. So for him, it won't happen until 28 days after he goes. So I'll have the experience before he does. Is that kind of
Well, they took the 3 teams and put them in 3 different locations.
at the
So
same
they
time?
all-
Right?
Yeah, all across the United States.
So
It's
that's
like the
another
witching
one.
hour 3 a.m. You know.
Chad is very skeptical about things, which I am as well. But
Yeah, you said the magic word, the witching hour. I don't understand how that came about, but it is crazy.
People say
I mean,
think it's midnight, but it's 3 a.m.
it's pretty.
And that's it. That's when the veil's thin. It's like on Halloween.
so David. He was coming to meet us at Mayflower one night. Tell him about how you got waved down. The wave down.
Oh, so there's 2 entrances to the cemetery, and I drove past this. They're doing construction, and I drove past the cemetery, and I saw somebody standing there with a flashlight and waving me in. So I turned in. I thought it was one of the guys, and I drove up, and they were all standing there like, who was down there by the entrance? Like, nobody. And there was physically a person sitting there with a flashlight waving me in.
Oh wow.
Could you see their face and everything?
I could just see the flashlight moving. Like,
So you saw the light movement, not somebody actually standing there. You saw the light.
right, I saw the light, but it looked like
Okay.
somebody's directing traffic. Like
Yeah.
when they've got to the airports with the little lights.
Interesting.
Oh, the what do you call
the
those
rat
people?
I know what you mean. Yeah,
They have specific names, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But I asked them. I said,
Wing walkers.
Bring me there. It is. That's the word.
who was down there? Nobody. Like, okay.
How close did you get to the light? I mean, was it the whole time when you drove by? Was it still there, waving you in? Or?
No, I actually drove past it, but I turned around and I called Chad. And I was like, "Hey, I missed the entrance." He goes, "Yeah, we saw you." And I said, "Well, I saw you down there flashing your light." He goes, "Nobody was down there."
Wow. But they wanted you to get in there, I guess.
Yeah. But apparently they don't like me at Mayflower Cemetery, so.
Yeah, we've asked that question.
I do want to show you guys a quick clip. Now, here's a quick question for you: UFOs, real or not?
Absolutely.
I'm going to tell you this. Have you ever seen the movie Contact?
Yes.
My favorite quote from that movie by Matthew McConaughey is, if nothing else out there, it's a big waste of space. Or basically,
Because her dad says that to her as a kid. Yeah.
so I'm a firm believer in UFOs.
All right, so I'm gonna show you a clip This is video I took when I was still living in Washington State. I know Josh has already seen this. This is just outside of Seattle. And I made a short version of it, like everything else I do. Make sure it's coming up here. Now this is a really quick clip, not the entire thing, but here we go.
They're stopping. Those aren't planes.
Yeah, at first they came in one by one, and then they started coming into numbers. See, 2 of the lights have already stopped. The other one's still coming in. See how they're changing shapes and stuff.
Oh wow.
This goes on for a few minutes. There's no sound at all. Yeah, I just happened to see him out there.
Another one.
Here comes another one. So there's big bright orbs in.
That light that's moving around, is that something?
That's a
What is
lens
that?
flare.
Oh, okay.
That's a lens flare from the street light.
I've never seen planes like that.
Now that's video
I've been
you
there at
took?
Airport, but
Yep, I took that myself.
Was it just me, or were there 4 of them?
Well, there were more than one, but one would go in, disappear. Another would come in, and they would kind of just like follow each other in as one would disappear. But I think there's like a total of 5 in all. One, if I kept
Okay,
count.
because I kept seeing like big bright ones, and then I would see like little.
They would get dimmer, yeah. And then another one would come in. But yeah, that's video I took myself.
That's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm
It's,
definitely a firm believer in UFOs. Now, whether or not it's aliens or not,
That's the question.
but UFO definitely is simply an unidentified flying object. Yeah, that's what it is.
Right.
Crop circles. What's your take?
Well, people say they're either aliens or it's the Earth itself creating symbols.
I won't say a bunch of Texans, but
That's a hard one. Because they've already
I've,
proven you can do it. You can make those crop circles, but there are some of them that are so sophisticated that there's no way you can do that without being overhead looking down. But I think there's
Like
something
the
to
one
it for
that
sure.
the one that they did that happened in Oregon, dude. I wish I had the name off the top of my head, but there was like they did a news report on it, and like there's no tire tracks, there's no footprints. Like, how do you do something like that and leave no evidence of what you did? And
In that short time,
there's
frame,
no
I don't know.
explanation, man. And this is gigantic, and they're intricate, like geometric patterns and stuff. Like, I think it's used. I think they use whoever's doing it is using advanced technology. Is what they're doing. Probably the same people who built the pyramids.
Probably.
But no, that's a good point. I mean, the pyramids, man, those are like, there's no way without the help of somebody else, some other beings back then, that they could have gotten that so lined up with everything that they did. I mean, they're perfect.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way they did that by themselves.
Yeah, me and Josh have talked
Right.
about this before in other shows. If you want to go to my channel and check those out, we've talked about that before too. But we
Oh,
agree.
yeah.
like Stonehenge.
Oh yeah.
Stonehenge. They say it's like a calendar, but
No.
I think Stonehenge is like a gateway myself. I think that our understanding of what these monuments are, like, they're all like the stones themselves, like they've been proven to, like, they conduct energy, sound. Like the pyramids down in South America react when you clap. Like was that Machu Picchu makes a bird sound when you clap by it. Like, there's just so many different things, man.
Okay, have y'all heard? I know it's not the center of the universe, but that phenomenon there in Tulsa. Have y'all been to that?
I've heard
Or,
of
like,
it, but I've never
you're-
been there.
Yeah, you're in the center, and it's
They say when you're
They
standing
can't
in
hear
it,
you on the
nobody can
outside.
hear you or something, right? If you
Yeah.
stand in the center in a circle,
Oh,
nobody
yeah,
can hear
yeah,
you when you
yeah.
talk.
What is that called? Tulsa,
I've heard of it.
center of the universe.
But there's a circle they drew out. If you stand in the center of it and you start talking, nobody can hear you. Your sound
The
isn't good.
Atlas Obscura.
That
that what it's
could
called?
be. I don't remember exactly, but
Yeah. And when you come
it's
out of
interesting.
it, they can hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Tulsa?
So what's blocking the sound? I do believe in stargates and different things like that as well.
see. I've never looked at anything like that. I couldn't give any opinion on that. That's a little above my knowledge.
There's a huge universe out there.
I mean, usually,
we can't
like,
even
this
scratch
kind
the
of stuff
surface.
starts with, interest in ghosts, and then people are like, oh, I'm going to look a little further and look a little further, and you all start to realize that there's so much science that we're not told about that goes into all this crap. Like, like what I was talking about with the CIA doing experiments. Like, this is a legitimate, like, you can look right into it. Like,
Oh yeah,
it
that's
was once a conspiracy theory, but they really were doing that crap. And
super soldiers. That's a real thing.
Did y'all hear? I was watching something. I say a couple months ago, right before I went on leave from work. They did some kind of they landed something on the moon, and it literally rang for hours.
Like a bell.
Yes, yeah.
What it is, they send a rocket to it, and they set off an explosion on the moon, and it rang like a bell, which means it's hollow.
That's crazy. And then I think they tested moon rock versus something, and I can't remember if it was Earth and moon rock, and they were almost identical. So, I mean, what are we really looking at, man? Like it just, I don't know.
I got my own theories on that. Like if you think about it, the moon is supposed to be so far away, right? Like millions of miles away. But on a clear night when it's full, it's crystal clear in the sky. It's not blurry or anything. I mean, it's just weird.
Yeah, the common theory for the moon, right? It's like it broke off from the Earth, but like there's no evidence to support that whatsoever. Like the fact that it can perfectly block out the sun during an eclipse it's impossible for that to have broken off from the Earth. You know what I mean? It had to have been designed that way, if you will. I mean, you call it what you want.
There's theories that the moon's hollow, that it's actually a giant spaceship or a space station. There's tons of theories about.
Or like a Death Star, man. I've heard that one too.
Yeah.
That it's quite literally can be driven. That's wild, man. Like some people think that the Star Wars really is true.
I mean, why not?
He said Alderaan.
I
hope not.
Here's the question of the hour. Do y'all think the Earth is flat?
I don't know.
I knew that was coming.
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, I've reviewed both sides. The globals and the flat earthers. Both sides can make sense, and both sides do work. But until I go up there and look for myself, I don't know.
Yeah, that's. I don't know. I tend to keep an open mind about everything I look at. I think some of the evidence it can be kind of convincing. However, like there's too much pointing to the Earth being round for me. But then again, we can only go off what we're being told. Like I tend to go off what the ancient peoples believed, and like that's what I go off of, and like they, claim to be from a different planet. So I mean,
we're told the world is round. We're told the sun is so far away. We're told we're part of a solar system. It's what we're told, not what we can actually see for ourselves. So how do we know what's true or not?
Now, why are they all fears?
What really boggles my mind is the brain is the only part of the body that named itself.
Well, your brain, your what do they call it, your nervous system, that's the real you. The body's a shell that protects that. But your brain and your eyes and your nervous system, that's the actual you.
Yeah. Now, it just
like, dude, have you seen that crap outside the body? It's so
like
scary looking.
It's like an alien, yeah.
I've told Chad before, I said, man, it's crazy to think everybody throughout the history of forever has had to sleep with who they slept with for us to be here. And for us to even actually know who we are. It's just completely mind-boggling.
Well, according to the Bible, when the Great Flood happened, the only humans left on Earth was Noah's family, but yet now we got 6.7 billion people on the Earth. Where did we come from? They couldn't have had that much incest, I mean, shoot.
Yeah.
Unless there were other survivors.
Right.
Yep.
I think that it's just the incomplete story. I think the story is there. I think it gives you the main points, but I think there's more to it. That's what we were talking about Like when the first couple episodes we did were like on the Anunnaki and the Sumerians, and like, you know, if you read through their stuff, you start to realize that the Bible, it tends to be a condensed version of older stories. But we ain't got time to go through all that.
I just wonder what we really lost in the fire at the Library of Alexandria.
Oh man,
You know,
give me the tingles.
that
I don't think we lost anything.
you know, I mean,
I think the Vatican has it.
And it said it was destroyed, right?
see, I could see that. I could see that. Yeah.
I would love to go to the Vatican. Oh my goodness, I would love to. I would die.
If you can get access to everything.
Right, that's what I want. That's what I would want.
What's that movie?
I've never been out of the country, so
neither have I.
I've been to Thailand.
I guess I've been to Canada, but I don't really count that.
That counts.
Like, I guess. It was like going to Seattle for me. Like it was just, would they say a? I mean, they do really say that too, though. But
well, I'll put it this way: going back to your
you have to have a
flat Earth
passport to
theory.
go to Canada.
I think
Yes.
you do now. I don't know.
Sorry,
I've been up
Rick,
there
I
since I was.
interrupted you.
No, you're fine. Well, I was going to say that I've actually flown to Thailand before, and if you look at our basic map now, we took off from Seattle. We flew up over Alaska, back down again towards Japan, which seems out of the way. But if you look at a flat Earth map, it's a straight line. So it makes you wonder. Like I said, both sides fit, but I have no idea in reality which is real or not. But it can fit both ways.
See, I'd heard that because I'd seen something where they say you have to fly backwards. You know, if you fly back, like flying to Australia, if you fly the opposite way, you get there quicker.
Which is not true. When I went to Thailand, I came back the exact same way, and it took the exact amount of time to go both back and forth. So you would think in one instance with the Earth turning, if you're going against the rotation, it would take you forever. But it took the exact same time frame going both ways, the exact same path. Like I said, I don't know. Then they say gravity and all that. You're actually in orbit with the planet, so you're going with the rotation. But
Well, thinking about that messes my mind up. All right.
yeah, right.
I'm gonna take a quick break, real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. You good, Josh?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to get off here pretty soon, but I'm good, man. Like a couple more minutes to chat.
All right. Let me know.
Of course. I don't know, man. That's you know, I had a weird epiphany thing the other night when I was thinking about this. So if you know how if you were able to travel to where we're at right now on the plane, you know, it takes me so however long to get there. When I get there, I'm in your time zone, right? So what if I were to travel to where you are instantly? Would I then also transport in time? Because right now, you know, it'd be, you know, daytime for me, and then 2 hours from now it could be dark. So, like, would that be time travel right there? Like, if I was able to travel instantly, would I be traveling through time at the same time?
I'll put it this way. When I was in Thailand, it was morning, the sun had come up. But when we flew back this way, we were going against the horizon, so it got dark again. So we were literally traveling backwards in time. Literally.
That's crazy.
Because the horizon's coming this way. We flew that way, it got dark again.
That is crazy.
And if our lives
they're
are
12
really
hours
tied
ahead
to
of
the
us.
sun, man, like.
So when I went to Hawaii and came back from Hawaii, since Hawaii is like 5 hours behind everybody else, I came back to Arkansas. I was actually traveling forward in time, so I was going to the future.
Yeah. Wow. Never thought of it that way.
What's that?
Talking about time travel, like physically time traveling. From life.
That's what I think. I think that if we start to get the technology where we can travel instantaneously, I think we're dealing with not only traveling distance, but through time as well. Like,
Well, you're talking.
I think that's what
in terms
happens
of
when you go
probably
through
years.
space travel, too.
Well, they have what's called time dilation. If you travel faster than the speed of light, for you, time slows. Well, for everybody else, time slows down, or vice versa, something like that. You
They've
could
been
go for
working on
5
that
years.
technology.
You could take off for 5 years from Earth, come back, and it'd be like 100 years for Earth because you're going faster than light.
Yeah, That breaks the brain when I try to think about it.
Well, kind of like the movie Contact, but for her it was instantaneous. Well, for us it was instantaneous, but for her it was like 13 hours. But for us, he went straight through and fell into the water.
Yeah, dude, freaking, I don't know what. So, like, that same night I was having that weird thought. Like, I had this moment, because I meditate every night. So, like, I've been drinking a lot of this tea that's supposed to unlock, like, the third eye chakra or whatever. And the other night I had this experience where it's like I was tapped into, like, all knowing. Like, I could just understand a concept just by thinking it. Like, I thought about, space travel, and I was like, instantaneously knew how it would work, but I couldn't write it. I couldn't explain it. You know what I mean? Because as soon as your conscious mind tries to understand it, you mess up your meditation. Like, that's the idea behind the sensory deprivation thing too, is like, it helps you tap into the subconscious, which is the part that's linked to God or the divine, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm. Right. That's a whole different rabbit hole right there, though. When it comes to, God, existence, reality, is it all for a reason? Is it random? Different rabbit hole.
I like to think that it's we can go down this rabbit hole all day, Star.
We have.
Yeah, I do have a bachelor's degree in biblical studies, so let's go.
I like it. See, I like it. I like to research. I've been spent the last couple of years researching religion, like different spirituality. Like, it's my secret passion. That's what I like to talk about all day.
Well, David, I got a question for you then, because in the Bible, in Genesis, he actually says, you can look it up right now, in the beginning, we created man in our image, meaning multiple, plural gods.
Right. So that refers to the Trinity, which would be the Father, God, and the Holy Spirit. Because it's constantly throughout the Bible that it's the three, the Trinity. So that's where we come from.
So the Trinity had already been created before the earth and all that. Okay.
Right. In the in the Hebrew version of it, whatever they call it, Elohim. In the beginning, the Elohim created or whatever. Like, that's one of the things I was looking at there. Mm-hmm. Elohim.
3 in 1, and so you have Father, God, the Holy Spirit, but they're all. It's religion is complicated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, it is.
So I'm curious, since we're talking about religion, and we have experienced this. So, what are your thoughts on witchcraft or witches?
I don't consider it evil. I think it's just another type of understanding of how the universe and reality works in a way that they don't want us to know. So they consider it evil.
I think it could be both.
I think magic, well, dark and good magic, whatever. I think magic is just as natural as everyday life. We just don't know it because they hid it from us. But
so do you think witchcraft is actually magic, or?
I believe in magic.
Because to me, when I hear magic, I'm thinking the dude up on the stage, with sleight of hand and do all those little tricks.
You're thinking of an illusionist.
Right.
But I guess you can call it miracles if you wanted to.
I would say,
but
it's feasible.
You say about miracles, man. I've got one. I am one.
Me too.
This motherfucker here.
Hey, watch your language, dude.
This dude here. This Jack Butt.
It's all good. I curse like a sailor all the time.
End the show.
No, you're all good. I curse like a sailor all the time.
I do too. I try
2011. That was funny though. 2011, I had lymphoma. I didn't know how bad it was. I had like 20% chance of surviving. So I beat the odds there. I beat it. And then I think 6 months later, I went back to the doctor. They found a big mass in my throat. And they're like, oh, this lit up like a Christmas tree. And so, like, they did the test. It came back. Well, they took me to surgery, knocked me out. When I woke up, he's like, it's gone. There's nothing there. Tell me, it showed up on the scans. They were ready to cut it out. And when they went in to cut the mass out, it was gone.
It wasn't there?
It was not
That's
there.
That's wild.
Had you done any faith
I believe,
healing or anything, a prayer? Or?
Yes, power. Multiple people, multiple churches, and all my dad's coworkers. It's just it's crazy. I mean, I saw the scan, like it was there.
Hey guys, I'm gonna step away from
And
this. Chad's got a bow out, so I'm gonna
Okay.
And it
walk
was,
him out, and I'll be right back.
it was,
Nice meeting y'all, and it was great.
Nice meeting you, man.
Thanks
Have
for
a
being
great
on the
day.
show.
I got old, dude.
yeah.
Important note here is like we're probably the most open-minded person you think of. Like I've spent
Yeah.
a long time like researching that, and like I'm a firm believer in the possibility of faith healing, and I believe I understand why it works the way it does, and it's due to the power, like the subconscious mind.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's linked to God or the divine, or whatever you want to call it, and like the belief in the person trying to heal you, like the blind faith belief, is what activates the healing already inside of you. Like it, because we're already connected. You know what I mean? Connected to God,
But you
whatever,
hear
or
yourself
really are
through-
God.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I
Trust me,
agree
me and
with that.
Josh hold back for the stuff we believe in.
I
Hey,
believe some weird
Josh,
stuff.
I did not see your thing on Facebook. So what was your last name again?
BATCHELDER.
ELDER.
DER. Batch like batch of cookies. Elder like elderly.
Okay. One mutual friend. Okay, I got you. We're good
Oh
there.
yeah. This guy.
Okay.
Wizzy. I was like, who's my
So,
mutual friend?
Me, I guess.
yeah, we because if it's okay, Chad wanted to add you. He had
By all means,
he
man.
really enjoyed talking to you.
It's been a good show.
I tend to be
Oh, man,
a
this-
very open-minded, down-to-earth guy. At least, that's how I try to be.
Same.
We're gonna have to do this again. I'm really enjoying this. Like y'all are
Yeah, man.
really cool people.
You guys too. It's been
I'm
fun.
down, man.
Me too. We do this once a week, every Saturday. to
Heck yeah.
start.
Well, man.
Hey, by all
So,
means, man, jump on. Like, send us the videos. Like, hey, comment. Like, we'll get some more time. I want to try to get the other guy I know on here too. Like, that'd be
The more the
cool to
merrier,
chat
yeah.
because I also like it. You guys are like fascinated with the subject. Clearly, you're interested. You know what I mean? You're open-minded as far as like hearing other stuff. You're not like, oh, that's not true. Not believe. You know,
Right.
like I don't believe that crap. I like it.
I mean, you can't see the things that we've all seen and not believe in something higher. Like
That's
just
right.
you can't. I mean, I think the reason I started doing the paranormal is, hell, I'm scared of dying. 100%
Mhm.
scared of it. And I
used
think
to be.
this has helped me. This has calmed my fears. I mean, it's just crazy to me though. It like
Well, it's the fear of not
It's-
knowing what
it's-
happens beyond.
right, and that if because like the brain is the brain. Okay, so let's say when you're dead, like, do you know, like, do you know the people you know, or is that all gone? That's
That goes with you.
I believe that. And
It's
brain
hard to
is just-
explain or hard to think about, man. Like I get what you're saying.
It is hard to explain. Your brain is just a physical device that's part of your body to make your body function. It's not who you are. This body
Yeah.
I'm looking at right now in this webcam, that's not who I am. That's my body, but it's not me. If you think about
Right.
it that way.
see, that's what my buddy said when his grandma died. Like he hadn't gone to the cemetery. He said that was her
That's
body.
just her body. It's
Right.
not her.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
wasn't her. Yeah.
I seen when I did like the first time I had ever gone to a viewing, and I had seen like it was my wife's mom had passed away, and I went and did the viewing, and it was, to me, that's when it was like, okay, I recognize it now. Like what is you is not there. Like that's a shell. Like the person the
Yeah,
person
exactly.
buried is not you at all. Like
Mhm.
what is you is infinite,
consciousness.
doesn't end, doesn't ever die.
Yeah. When your body dies, you just go out of it and back to wherever you come from before. What I consider the real world. You can call this
Yeah,
a
that's
dream.
like
When you
last February, my cousin died. He's in his mid to late 30s, and like he was a car salesman, and I've seen the videos of him, and then just to see him laying there, it's just like totally different look. Totally different look. Like,
Right.
Because even when you're sleeping, it looks nothing like when you're staring at somebody who's no longer there.
yeah.
Good point.
Because even when you're sleeping, you're still there. It's still your body, but that connection's still there. Whatever. The way I see it, it's kind of like the movie Avatar. We're connecting to these bodies remotely, even though we're not physically here. We're using these bodies to interact with this reality.
Damn, that just blows my brain.
That means something. When your mind's blown, you get those tingles. That means you're onto something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
That means you're on
We're
the
pretty
right path.
much we're pretty much here to do exactly what Jesus was trying to tell us. That's 100% what I believe. Like if you listen to just what he was trying to tell us, which is, basically to love and serve others. Like at the core of his message, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what we should be doing. Most people don't get that.
That's because we're a selfish society.
With me and Josh, with the line of work we do, we've lost faith in mankind years ago.
Yeah.
I work with the public, man. Yeah, so believe me, we know.
You're convinced that people are literally their sheep.
And so I think honestly, there's a lot of people that are just not even real people. Like they're like I call
NPCs.
them NPCs. Like they're just
They're
there.
bodies,
You know what I mean? They're filler. I don't know.
So that brings up an interesting question, and I watch. I know y'all guys have watched Paranormal Caught on Camera. Y'all ever watched the show?
Mm-hmm.
They've had a couple of those things where like we're living in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Still, so
Simulation theory.
You talk about people being NPCs. Is that I can see that happen. I can see that being a possibility.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually have the guy I work with, again, he's super profound. Like this guy is really deep to talk to, and like he said, in his opinion, he's like, you can believe in God and also believe in the fact that there's a matrix. He says that God created the matrix to evolve consciousness. And I was like, oh man, I've never really thought about it like that. And like personally, I do believe that there's people that are just background characters that go around.
Has to be.
Yeah, that's when I heard that, I was like, I've never thought about looking at it that way. Because I mean, it makes sense. I don't know.
So how would that tie into say astral projection? If you astral project outside of your body, are your real person is watching you on TV, basically?
Well, when it comes to astral projection, in my theory, the astral plane exists in between this world and the other world, and that's the median where both can interact with each other from one side to the other, and they go into the astral plane. So if you have a dream you're visiting somebody, if they're on the other side and you're here, you can't go there and they can't come here.
Give me like 5 minutes.
But you can go into the astral plane.
Well, I guess I shouldn't say astral projection. Maybe out of body experiences. You people hear people talking about. I was out of my body and I could see my body laying there and doing stuff.
Same thing.
If we're
you're still in this reality. Yeah.
You're coming out of the matrix. You're in the matrix. You're coming out of the matrix, and your real person is looking at your matrix body.
Yeah. Well, it could be like if you're playing a video game, you can change the camera settings, right? Third person view, first person view. Maybe that's how you're doing here.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you die in a video game, you come out of the body and you're looking at yourself.
Ooh,
only in this case, you're not dead.
That's wild to think about.
Mm-hmm. I believe in simulation theory myself. I don't think this is real.
I mean,
even Buddhists say this is a dream.
I think that I think it depends on which way you want to describe it. Some people would call it the Matrix. Some people would call it a simulation. Some people would call it an illusion. Like in the ancient mystic traditions, or whatever, they talk about all of this is an illusion. It's basically the creator wanted to experience itself, so it created the Big Bang, and then everything you see is literally just the creator trying to experience itself in whatever ways, millions of ways possible. Like that's how I like to look at it. It trips me out to think about, but I don't know.
See,
what I believe when you die and your eyes close, the next time they open, you're back in your real body in the real world. And right now we're just dreaming.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
but just can't remember it because we can't access that memory because we're limited to this brain inside this head. We can't access who we really are until this
Can't
body's
access
dead.
it because that
We're
would be a
bound to it
violation.
from
So
birth to death.
Okay, well then, how do you explain these kids that are 2 and 3 years old that are telling you how they died and all that? It's like reincarnation. So it's like,
Oh, reincarnation's real.
is this real or is that real?
Well,
I
it's the same.
think that reincarnation is real, man. So
It
I
is
think
real.
that
You're just coming
it's
back
a
into
complex
assimilation.
subject, and we want to simplify it, but it's not simple. Like, no matter how much I research, the more confused I get on this. But
I think.
like,
what
I
you're
think
talking
that
about,
just be.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, all right. So just because like you would think of it as a matrix doesn't necessarily mean that like what you're experiencing isn't real. Like you can touching the table, it's real. Like
It's real.
I do believe that we do reincarnate. Like that's I think we do go to a heaven-like place, and if you're done doing what you need to do, maybe you stay there, go on to the next. But I don't necessarily think that it's a one and done type of deal. I think that probably even the people you have in your life right now are probably people you've had in your life in previous lifetimes, etc. Like I think that it keeps going. I don't know how to explain it.
I like the thought of that.
Well, let's put it this way. Like you said, you have the kids who were born at a young age have memories of their previous lives. Mm-hmm. And then you consider it, that's just a glitch in the matrix. It's a little thing that's not supposed to happen, but it does. It's a glitch.
You could also explain it with the Carl Jung theory that we're just all linked in mind. There's only one mind, so you're just remembering somebody else's life. And that's another way of looking at it.
So that curious thought I just had, if we're talking about reincarnation, is like empaths. My son is an empath.
Me too.
He can sense things that aren't there. So I'm kind of curious if he's an empath that can sense that because of reincarnation. He was, reincarnated.
Well, let's say empaths or people who are sensitive, their souls are older and more advanced, so they can start to develop these gifts more easier, even in different lifetimes. So maybe your son or whoever this person is an older soul, so they have more time to develop these gifts. And I do believe these gifts carry over from lifetime to lifetime. So if I do die and come back again, in that next life I'll be an empath as well, because I am one here too. So I'll take it with me.
I would say an important note here is like the psychic capabilities or whatever is a fact. It's something that anybody is actually capable of. But from a young age, we're told that kind of stuff is mumbo jumbo. It doesn't exist. But in reality,
So
it does.
You ignore it. Mm-hmm.
Like yes, like if you look into like Carl Jung and there's been so many studies, even the CIA experiments on it. Like this is legitimate. You can prove it. Like people literally can do these things with their minds. And it's all about tapping into the higher version or the subconscious mind, if you will. But some people can do it, some people can't.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's
like for me, it's easier to do it when I ingest psychedelics. To be honest, I can do
it
crazy
expands your
stuff.
consciousness, but it's like how to say, it's easier for children to see ghosts because the child doesn't know they're not supposed to be able to see them.
Right.
As adults, we're taught they don't exist, so we block that and cut it off.
Right.
But a kid doesn't know that they're not supposed to be able to see them. They just see what's there.
The simpler the mind, the easier it is to see things.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it's the subconscious, man. Like it creates our reality. It defines, what we tell it every day. It dictates what we really believe. You tell yourself, "Hey, I'm a piece of crap" every single day. That's what you're gonna be. Like that's why the power of positivity works.
Perception's reality.
You're programming your own deep mind.
Here's the last thing I'm going to ask before I have to jump off here. What's y'all's take on cats? Like, I hear they've got ties to all kinds of things, and then they're tied to the devil and all that. What's your take on that?
I think they're more advanced than we are led to believe. Because even Egyptians worship cats. They're seen as.
Let's see. It's
different.
Like my cat, cats have different meows, and like they program our brains and understanding what they want with the different meows. And from what I understand, cats don't meow at each other. It's like they only meow to communicate with us.
Well, interesting. They say you don't your cat is not your pet. You're your cat's pet.
I believe
cat-
That's trippy. Yeah, that's trippy, man. That's
They
it's probably
choose
true
you.
too.
And there's different theories, like, or mythologies or folklore, that cats steal your breath when you sleep, things like that. I mean,
I like the movie Constantine's take on it when he says that cats are half in and half out. That's
you
what I
stole my
believe. I
thought.
think
I was
that.
going to say that next, because in Constantine, he's using the cat to
Mhm.
get, to go into hell. If you haven't seen
Anyway.
Constantine,
Man, I had a crazy experience. So I live, I live with Chad. It's we're staying. I'm living with his family, and uh, so I've got two cats with me, right? Well, uh, there's a spirit there that doesn't like me because they think I'm messy. Well, let me tell you, my cat's meowing. I turn over. I swear I see somebody staring in my doorway. Okay, I turn around to get a good look. Nothing. And then my cat jumps up on top of the dresser, meowing. It's something, and it just scared the crap out of me, man. It's like these cats can see
they can
these
see it.
things.
They can see
And
it.
then I swear I saw two shadows of a body walking, past the TV, and the cats were looking in the same direction of what I saw.
I've
It's
seen my
crazy.
cats staring off at something that's not there that freaks me out. They can see
Yeah,
it.
but this Eli Roth though, my haunted pet, man, get out of here, get out of here. No, I don't know if I believe
Might
all
look
that.
at it.
I mean, I think animals in general are more susceptible to seeing things that we cannot. Not just cats, but maybe cats are special in their own way. But even dogs, anything really can see the spirit world, because to them it's just natural thing to do.
All right, gentlemen, I'm getting a look of death from the wife. I'm gonna have to jump off here.
All right, we're gonna wrap up here too.
Hey, look,
shortly,
it was great talking to you, Josh. Ricky, I'm gonna jump off myself, man. It's
I'm
been a
gonna
great
hang it up
night.
too. We'll
We're
do it
gonna have
again.
to do this again.
We'll do it again.
Appreciate it, guys. It's
All right, my friends.
All right, see you later, Josh.
Hey, y'all,
See you
take it
later
easy.
as well.
Have a great one.
You too.
You
I'm gonna
too.
take off too, so we'll catch you later there, David. And I'll catch you guys on the next show. Thanks for being on.
Hey, buddy.
All right, later. All right, guys. So that was a record. We have reached over 2 hours for this episode. So we're gonna wrap up here. I once again want to thank Josh and our guests David, Brent, and Chad for being on. We're definitely gonna bring them back and do some more discussions, as it was really good stuff to talk about. And thanks for watching. Me and Josh will come back next Saturday, and then I'll work something out with these other guys and bring it back on a future date. All right, until then, we'll catch you later. Thanks for watching.